We've already had a look at a short video on Sea Shepherd, but we're going to have a little bit of a closer look at these activists. Activist Paul Watson founded the organisation Sea Shepherd in 1977 after he left Greenpeace due to dissatisfaction over the organisation's methods to prevent whaling. Employing what it calls direct action, Sea Shepherd engages in a range of controversial tactics in its attempts to protect oceans around the world, allegedly including harassing whalers, damaging whaling boats at port, throwing rancid butter onto vessels at sea, blocking the passageway of ships at sea, and destroying drift nets at sea. So, a matter of perception. The methods employed by Sea Shepherd see it criticised by various people. In 2013, an American judge labelled the conservation group as pirates and ordered them to stop taking action against Japanese whaling ships. Sea Shepherd Conservation Group declared pirates in US court ruling. Alan Juhas, The Guardian, 28th of September 2013. A US court has declared the conservation group Sea Shepherd to be pirates and ordered it to stop its aggressive actions against Japanese whalers. The ruling was issued on Wednesday by Chief Judge Alex Kozinski of the 9th US Circuit Court of Appeals. In his 18-page opinion, he wrote, "You don't need a peg leg or an eye patch. When you ram ships, hurl containers of acid, drag metal-reinforced ropes in the water to damage propellers and rudders, launch smoke bombs and flares with hooks, and point high-powered lasers at other ships, you are without a doubt a pirate, no matter how high-minded you believe your purpose to be." So obviously the judge didn't agree with Watson that whales needed to be protected by any means. Although if you notice, there's violence done to vessels but not to people. Media management. As an organisation, Sea Shepherd realises the importance of the media to its cause, investing money into various media campaigns, and this article details one way in which Sea Shepherd seeks to use the media to achieve its goals. You'll also notice if you go to Davies Park markets on Saturday morning, there's normally a Sea Shepherd table with information and products and merchandise that you buy, where the money then goes to support the different programmes. Graphic anti-whaling videos stars Aussie actor. SBS, 29th of June, July 2019. Bloodied and writhing in pain, an Australian actor stars in a graphic video calling for an end to global whaling. David Field, who has starred in films including Chopper, The In-Betweeners, 2, and Two Hands, plays a solo role in the 101-second production by conservation group Sea Shepherd. If this cruel and cold-blooded practice were to happen to humans, the perpetrators would be jailed immediately, Field says, after recreating the harpoon death of a whale in the video called The Ultimate Death Scene. In a statement accompanying this week's release of the video on YouTube, Sea Shepherd boss Jeff Hansen said the film aims to increase awareness of whaling and drive support for his organisation so it can continue to campaign against the barbaric practice. The slaughter of these beautiful and majestic whales is horrifying and it needs to stop now, he said. No one will ever know the pain and suffering these playful, gentle giants go through from the time the explosive harpoon ripped through their bodies to the time they drew their last breath in a red sea full of their own blood. Very graphic language here. So, you are going to explain whether you agree with Judge Kozinski's criticisms that the members of Sea Shepherds are pirates, and obviously you need to think about the evidence you're basing it upon. You're going to predict Sea Shepherd's reaction to the ruling, discuss the significance of the media to protest groups such as Sea Shepherd, predict the reaction that the Ultimate Death Scene campaign generated from the public, and no, we are not going to watch it, and investigate 3 other media campaigns employed by Sea Shepherd and decide which is the most effective, but you must be ready to justify your selection. Based on the information from this spread and on your own research, decide whether you agree with the methods employed by Sea Shepherd. Vote with your feet by going to the corner of the classroom. Well, we don't need to do that, there are only a few of us, but we will discuss how we agree and support those opinions. And we'll talk about just what we're basing our opinions on. Are we taking an emotional perspective? Are we working with pathos? Are we convinced by logos or ethos? So, that is our activity for today. I hope you find the discussion interesting and controversial enough to help you develop vocabulary to make very strong points. Remember to use high modality. If you are convinced about something, convince me. Don't be wishy-washy with the language you use, because the language choices you make are very important.